Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fun episode of Inside NHSTRA. It's been a minute. What do we say?
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Got Mr. Bazowski,
What's up?
Mr. Espinette, Mr. Grand, Mr. Marshall over in the corner over here hanging out saying hello. Do you guess what it is? It is officially 4 days, 21 hours, 56 minutes, and 54 seconds until Claremont Motorsports Parks kicks off the 2023 season.
Wow.
Don't remind me.
Oh my God.
It's here.
It
And
is.
if you notice, people follow me along long enough, they notice that I don't have a Derek Griffith hat that's red, but I forgot my hat in the car and Ben
Yeah,
threw it at me at the
and-
last second.
Yeah, so I decided to wear the sunglasses.
Do you guys know the Mullet Man?
Yes.
The Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
we've
Mullet
been-
I
Man?
like the look. I love the
love
look.
it.
He pulls it off well.
He does.
I'm surprised that I can kind of pull it off.
I left Claremont Motorsports Park yesterday and then drove to Hudson and caught the last bit of the practice. And I said to Ben, I was like, "Do you see the picture Emily posted of you?" I said, "You look pretty much like a badass." And he's like, "What picture?" And he found it. He's like, "Wow." And then 20 minutes later, his girlfriend's, "My man is the best."
I did see that.
I sent it to her. I said, "Can I put this online?" I go, "Sure, go ahead."
It was a perfectly done picture. Emily does have that eye where she
yeah.
catches people in the right maneuvers and. I mean, way better than Harlow does with the stuff he sends us with the
Oh, don't worry.
screenshots.
I'm waiting to see what the hell he's
Oh,
gonna
he's
send
already
us.
in here.
Paulo,
So.
don't do it to me.
So get this right out of the way at the beginning. Claremont Motorsports Park, 4:23:23. Got the pure stocks going 25 laps. The six shooters going 20. Outlaws going 30. Late models going 30. Modifieds 75 laps. Quest for the Cup, round number 1. 3 months ago, it felt like it was 9 months ago away.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
no,
is-
no. 3 months ago, it feels like it was right the next day because I'm constantly trying to figure out what do we got to do and all this other stuff. And I'm not going to lie, I focused more on Hudson and Lee. No, I'm thinking Claremont's going to be, hey, everything's all set. And then I get a laundry list of stuff I need to get. I'm like, oh crap! I dropped the ball on this one. So
I do feel bad for Ben because Ben came in the building today. I was like, "Sit down, brother." He goes, "What's up?" And I was like, "You see this laundry list of things? This is stuff Claremont needs for Saturday."
I don't think the racers really know what kind of guy we got over here.
Yeah, no.
I spent some time with him today, and his phone doesn't stop. And it's just not about racing. It's his regular everyday life stuff and his other business. And man, Ben, you kill it. We
I'm
are
gonna
very
have
lucky to
I'm
have
gonna
you.
have a stroke at 40.
Yeah, that's what you said to me today, too.
Well, I mean, look at this. I'm in way worse health, and I'm over 40, and I haven't had a stroke yet, Ben. There's hope for you, my brother.
You know, a brain tumor.
I mean, I feel like I have one every once in a while. Like I feel that little
You have
side,
to have one to like racing because
right? Kevin Brown is down in Florida, guys. He's at Disney. Apparently, it's way too cool
Yeah,
down
he
there
didn't
for
even
us.
invite us.
yeah, jerk.
I got his chair tonight.
The fuzzy chair.
Oh my God! The picture Harlow just sent to me is the worst. Ben looks awesome.
Let's see. Did he send it to me? Oh, hold on, wait. I got messages. Oh no,
You got mail.
hey.
Oh, look. Nice Crown Vic.
Yeah, nice
Harlow,
crown,
I
nice
make that
crown,
same
Vic.
face when I see Twinkies.
Oh, here we go.
Ready, guys? Here we go. That's my Ma Robinson's got steamed hot dogs ready. Look, I'm like heading over there.
I'm sorry. I look like I'm stoned out of my mind.
Yeah, you do. Give him a joint.
Hey, look, guys, Back to the Future.
I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Facebook list Jeff LaPierre as well,
You look like a mannequin.
who's watching.
He looks like a mannequin.
Yeah, he does. Stone. He's just like,
He's
my
stoned,
God.
I'm stoned.
I'm okay. You're okay. We're all okay.
stiff dead.
So I also want to make sure that I got a message from Mr. Dennis down at Hudson who said, make time to make sure you get your inspections. They've already had 3 practices at this point, and if your car, he said this year, if your car is not ready, it's not hitting the track. So if your feature rolls around and you have not been inspected, you're not out on the track. It's just, I mean, I believe Steve's got some more information on some tech stuff he's going to talk about.
Yes, I do. This Sunday coming up, we are going to have Dennis is going to be there doing safety inspections, getting this all set. And guys, we're trying to make it safe for you guys. We want everyone to go home to their families. So it's the stuff that we're looking for is the helmet, fire suit, gloves, shoes, window nets, seat belts, fire extinguisher. It needs to be a B and C fire extinguisher. 4 doors, 4 bars for your door to make you protected over there. And, that's about it that he's got. Oh, your helmet needs to be 2015 or higher Snell.
Yes.
And it's for your own safety. We want to make sure that you go home to your family and you can go to work on Monday. So it's not much we're asking for, but you have to have the right stuff. If you think you're going to show up opening day and hit the track with stuff that's outdated, it's not going to happen. So this Sunday, you can come down, get a safety inspection of your car. Also, April 30th, I have the drift guys there that day, but I want to make it easy for you guys. Come on down. You will get your car safety inspected. You don't have to pay. Get your car inspected, and if you don't want to stay and pay, you can go. But we need to get this done, and we want to make sure that you guys are safe.
Well, that we want to make when opening day comes for Hudson, we want to have most of these cars inspected, ready to go. So you can go get your tires.
Yep.
And you can get everything all set. So right when 12 o'clock hits, and we're allowed to fire motors, you're all set, ready to roll, practice, and set up the car.
That's right.
So.
I'm excited. It's like right around the corner. Like who knew? Like I can't even believe we're going racing this week.
And we got also on May 13th is the test and tune at Lee.
Yes.
The USA.
And
John, you want to touch on that and the pricing and stuff?
$40 a person. Come on down. It's already looking like it's going to be a great turnout. I mean, I've had teams already messaging me left and right. So $40 a person. That's about it.
I gotta thank one person is Dawn Schmidt. I always get her last name wrong. That lady knows every little nook and cranny about insurance. Because I always paid a lot for insurance for Hudson. I never really realized it because I was always last minute getting insurance, and she was just like, "Hold on a minute, let me look at this." And she, like I said, the reason why the test and tune for Lee is so cheap is she was able to get the insurance company to drop the rate a lot. So, and John talking with the town, trying to figure out exactly what numbers, because the original number we said, we guessed on when, because the town didn't really give us any numbers. So we kind of guessed at, how much it was going to be, because if I told everybody how much it costs to run a regular race night there, it'd make you sick.
The thing that I maybe we should touch upon is, I mean, it's all safety, but the town of Lee requires fire trucks, firefighters, full crews, ambulances, multiple police officers, and you have 2 fire trucks, numerous ambulances. Like it's all required.
It's a rolling town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
If you're gonna have a heart attack, do it at Lee because there's nobody far away from you.
Trust me, you could drop dead and you'd be revived
within
5
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah.
They're super nice too, though. They really are.
Well, Lee and Hudson. A lot of these towns are willing to work with you on stuff too. It's just don't try and pull the wool over their eyes. And just work with them and comply with the little stuff they need, and they'll leave you alone.
Well, and I think I saw, Ricky Wolf, old Lee USA Speedway champion from years ago, he said it the best. He's like, I've seen some pretty bad stuff happen in some extractions, and those guys do some great work. So to have them there, if something were to happen, like that's what you're paying for.
All right, so I have 2 people in chat, Jimmy D and Trucker Colt. I'm going to pick Jimmy D's. The guy's asking the same question. Does my safety inspection from one track cover me at all especially for the belt races? Yes. Your NHSTRA registration... your NHSTRA inspection covers you from all 4 tracks. So if you get inspected at Hudson, you can go to any of the NHSTRA tracks without having to be re-inspected. So now that means if you do swap something in that's not allowed and they catch it there and they look and they'll be like, oh, you swapped your window net, now it's not legal. You're going to have to be, replace that. But also, Lee, there will be food as well during the test and tune day.
Yes.
Artie's going to be, so can we... I just kind of said it. So Artie, Ben reached out to Artie, who does the food at Claremont. So that is who's going to take over doing the food at Lee USA Speedway. I know that drives John nuts, so I always say the USA Speedway. Sorry, John.
No, it's all right.
Let's see. We had a lady last year had a medical emergency in the stands. Yeah, the crew was amazing and quickly got her revived at Lee last year. So I mean, it does stink that it does cost as much money as it does, but at the end of the day, if that's your family member there, you want people there quick. So,
And if you haven't noticed, we're, especially me, is I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Correct.
Just because we did have one person when I first got Hudson.
I remember this.
He died 3 times at the track.
Yep.
And ever since then, I'm like, you know what? I don't want that happening again. I don't care what, for our test and tune, Mike showed up late. Thanks, by the way.
Yes.
And, we could have...
Who's Mike?
We could have... Mike Marshall.
Lawrence Marshall.
The Mike.
The Up MLM Diagnostic Services.
He's the best.
He's going to throw something at me. Get ready to duck
He's
over
like
here.
Bill Belichick. He doesn't smile. You could win the lottery. His whole family could die.
Give him a nickname he doesn't like.
Jesus.
All right,
He smiled and it freaked me out.
Let me fix that though, because we were at the Hudson Speedway banquet last year. Me and Mike sat together, and he went over, got apple crisp, and sat down next to me and went, "Did you see the apple crisp?" And he was all excited and smiled, and I had to run over and get it. So he's like me; he gets all excited about the food. So people are asking some food stuff in chat. So the menu at Claremont is going to be similar but different. Artie's got creative control to do whatever he wants. I know there's going to be the addition of a new sandwich called the Big Z, which is pretty exciting, which is going to be a gourmet grilled cheese that's going to be over there, which is pretty exciting.
I'm sure Mark helped.
Yes, that would be my idea.
Hope's like, Mark said that he would like this, and I'm like, fine, just do it.
Mark said.
Mark's like a grilled cheese with some donuts in there.
I did price out for him a Chester fried chicken machine to do that. Do the potato wedges, but it's too much money.
When it comes to food, it's Marky said.
Oh my God.
Yes. Are we making up that? All right, so people that were at Claremont this weekend, so car show was a success. Like, it was cool to see those cars come out. Congratulations to everybody who won Best of Show. I should have wrote that down, but it was a long weekend for me. I've been on the road since last Tuesday, so I'm home for a day, and then I hit the road again tomorrow. And then people are asking, I will be in Claremont. I'll be there from Friday till Monday, getting ready because we're going to launch our first broadcast there this weekend, so it should be pretty fun.
Could you hear the announcements? Because they were pretty far away from the hot dog stand.
All right, so John did come to Claremont. I did the announcements. I'm the one who gave out the trophies. So the Home Depot in Claremont, huge shout out to them. They invited us in. They provided the food, the water, free of charge. I would walk by and I was like, "Oh, hot dog," and I would grab one, and I would walk away and I would eat it. Then I'd come back by. I was like, "Nobody told me there was hot dogs here." On like my sixth trip by, the lady's just like, "Do you want me to just make you a plate with all of them?" And I was like, "Would you really?" She's like, "No, go away."
And in between rounds, he's walking up and he's going, "Ooh, piece of candy." They got the bowls of candy.
No. You should have seen it. You should have seen it at the NASCAR meetings.
Oh, that was good.
Hey guys, you're in the VIP suites in Daytona. Okay. Now they have like 5 different cakes, all the healthy foods and everything else. So me, Steve, Jeff, everyone, we're grabbing lunch foods and all that stuff. We sit down. Here comes Mark. He has 2 of every dessert. Sits down. Jeff Snyderman looks right at him and goes, "What in the actual are you doing?" Like, we were literally generally concerned about your health at that meeting. But yet
Everybody who knows me knows how busy I am. So I was like, "Why are you so fat?" Well, that's why, right there. Because I eat stuff.
Jeff goes, "We're going to have to replace him. What happens if he goes down?"
We're going to need a backup plan.
That's exactly what
I've got another 5 good years ahead of me, at least.
I'm not far behind you. Mark.
Hey, train somebody, please.
Yeah, right?
I can't do what you do.
No way.
Sometimes I don't think I can do what I can do. John saw me earlier, so... and Steve, I was ready to throw the entire camera setup out the window.
Yes, Jesus.
So we're not trying not to do just a basic 1 camera shot, like all that. So people are asking about the broadcast. So we're basically, it's going to be 4 cameras at Claremont this weekend. We're going to have front stretch, turn 1, turn 3
on steroids.
Then we have a camera that Claremont has the the flag stand for the go-kart. So they're going to be a camera operator in there. So they'll be able to do operation shots. If there's wrecks, they can go right to it. And then they're going to come into Victory Lane and do that stuff as well. So guys, remember when you make it into Victory Lane at Claremont, look towards the crowd because you're going to have a camera, and we're going to make sure you shout out your sponsors because this is a great way for you to get out to all these people that, support your car to get that out there.
And
So
some of the stuff you worked on for this winter on the whole broadcasting he's doing, I mean, the best way to describe it would be like, watching a football game, like, all the replays
It's
and
amazing.
The cool Zoom stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a technical guy, but I'm looking at it. I go, this is something you'd see on Fox, on Fox or whatever. I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's gonna be
excited,
awesome.
Mark?
I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
Yeah.
You know what, Mark? You got this. Don't be
I
nervous.
sat there. Well, so I do. I do a lot more behind the scenes than
Yes, you
just
do.
like the media stuff. So like I've been busy for the last 3 weeks straight doing stuff and running around. Me and Zaidam were bunked up for an entire week. Last week we
God bless you.
updated the user experience for all the people that are going to be attending Monadnock with state-of-the-art internet and fiber optic throughout the entire track. So we've done a ton of stuff there. We just ran all new fiber optic cable. I got to give a huge shout out to Warren, who Mark's afraid of heights. So Warren did take the ladder in the bucket truck all the way to the top of the poles at Claremont, ran fiber optic around the track for me. I was like, that looks good. Nope, tighter, a little more. And I mean, it worked out good, but I wasn't getting up there. Bucket trucks scare me. Case in point, the bucket truck at Monadnock. So the guy who works at Monadnock is awesome. I love that kid. He's great. But the bucket truck, if you go up and you swing right and you don't go too far, if you stop, and it will lock. So all of a sudden he was yelling. He's like, hey, Mark. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm stuck up here. I've been here for 10 minutes. Will you come? Because you got to go down to the bottom and like shake the truck to get it by that little part that doesn't move. And then it swung and finished up, which was pretty cool. So is there going to be a best pit trailer food contest this year? Well, Sean Stockwell, you will win that because you usually do some pretty cool food. And after, he always is like, oh, come up to my camper. I'm like, I got to go home. He's like, I have steak tips. I'm like, I'm going to pull up a couch. I will hang out with you for a couple more
Listen,
hours.
folks, easy giving him the food. We need him around.
I'm going to get him a shirt that says, don't feed the media guy.
Oh,
That'd be-
I will do that Red Cross over the dome. It will say, feed the media guy. People, you guys got my back, though. Although these pictures Harlow keeps sending me makes me not want to eat. So.
Yeah, I can see decent. Oh, let's see. He sent more. Let's
There's
see.
a new one.
Oh, God.
Oh, I like this one. Ben's going to like when he sees it. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harlow's got me on him.
Yeah, that's good. It needs to be a Harlow camera moment for each show.
We should. Will there be a rain date for the cash day if it rains, Steve?
Rain date.
I don't think we have one.
I don't think there is one for that date.
No.
I mean,
I'm excited for that.
I mean, we do have some open Sundays that we didn't plan on. So I mean, maybe if we look at the schedule, if it doesn't screw up anything, but we haven't really added a rain date yet.
I'm excited for that, though. I was told
I
we're
won't
going to
be
have.
here.
I heard
I'll
that.
be in Texas.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you go to a wedding.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
Wait, is this the wedding that you realized you had planned for the wrong weekend?
Well,
Yeah.
it
I did hear about
It
this.
doesn't matter, though. You don't need to be there. You got Mark. He got you covered.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be
What day
exciting.
was this again? I wasn't paying attention.
April 30th.
Oh, yes, I'll be there. People ask if I'll be certain places. I will be at every track except for Monadnock twice because they run up against Lee, and we chose to run Lee that day. So we'll be broadcasting from every single race that we have other than those two. All right, so Test and Tune at Lee, somebody was asking, is May 13th. Reach out to the page or shoot John Espinette a message. Just let him know so we can kind of plan on how much stuff to bring and how many people to have there. But
Hey, yeah, shout out to John getting that worked out there, too, and pushing to see what you could do. And good job, kid.
I mean,
It's off to a hot start over here.
well, we haven't raced yet.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You've been grinding.
Been trying,
Yep.
Got to do something.
Yep.
so, all right, give us the State of the Union, John. You're like
Here it
almost a
is.
month in. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are you nervous about?
I mean, I don't really get nervous. I don't.
You say that now.
Yeah, I don't sweat much.
I
but-
can answer this for him. You're hard on yourself, kid. You're
Yeah,
too
yeah.
hard on
Oh,
yourself.
yeah.
I know
But
that.
that's what gets me far. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes, it does. I'm the same way.
No, I mean, I'm just excited for this season. I think it's a growing year for Lee, and we're going to there's a couple tweaks to the schedule I've made to make sure that all the divisions have enough races and stuff like that. And
I did update them on
Okay.
the schedule this afternoon. So
but other than that, just making sure the shows run tight, the fans have a good place to sit. There's enough room to sit. The beer's cold, the food's hot, and I mean, just having a good time.
And bear in mind, too, you're running the Dwarf Car Series, too.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not leaving you. I'm going to Hudson, too, on Sundays.
Yeah, so you got a busy schedule.
Nothing I'd rather be doing.
Yeah.
Elite Test and Tune open to all classes, and then somebody also asked, are you allowing supers to test that day?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there's your question, guys. I'm trying to grab all of them.
If you're going to bring a super, make sure you have a push truck, because luckily Corey was there at Hudson, and he had a push bumper on his truck. I mean, we could have tried to do it with I don't know if
They did have a starter in that. He spun on the backstretch and fired it back up.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, well, I didn't know.
Yeah, you said that. I'm like, no, it
I
doesn't.
know. And then they pushed him. I'm like, oh, maybe they took it out.
Chastity Baldwin wants to know if we're going to be doing Power Wheel races for the kids this year anywheres.
We should.
Why not?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we could do it.
I would like to try to do some of
I'm
this
gonna
fun
make that note
stuff
right now,
back in the
Chastity.
day with creeper races and stuff like that. You can have some fun stuff at these tracks just to kind of get the spirit back and the fun back. Because I think we forget sometimes that, and we forget that we all got into racing because we liked it.
Right. Yep.
And then as social media grew bigger and like people grew bigger and the times changed, like we're not all Dale Earnhardt. Some of us are meant to race at this level, and it still makes it no less fun. Like I can't race. We've proven this fact numerous times. I cannot drive a race car.
You and me both.
Yeah, but you still try. I now
still
gave
try,
up.
but I just someone's gonna be the lap traffic, right?
Ben's name
every
on
class needs field fillers.
Yeah, exactly.
Ben's for every Dale Earnhardt, we need a Morgan Shepherd, Ben. So let's just remember that over there, brother.
Oh Jesus.
He's like, I got to look up Morgan Shepherd on my phone now.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
awesome.
good.
You'll see the video of him falling down on pit road on his roller skates. That's like the first thing that pops up every time a Morgan Shepherd after
You got to look
everything he did.
the 70s Morgan Shepherd though. The 90s and 2001. No, that wasn't good. That was was it the Racing with Jesus times? I think it was in that car.
That was,
Those were rough times. So,
yes, it was.
How about meet and greets at Hudson? They will be a thing.
Yes, absolutely. On the days that we got time, we're going to be doing those meet and greets. That's awesome. You got to get the fans involved and, get that young kid attached to a driver and close up to who he cheers for. And absolutely.
All right, so Claremont Motorsports Park. So one of the big things NASCAR wanted to make a huge focus on is legends this year. Legends of the past, legends of today, legends of the future. So if you were at the car show in Claremont yesterday at the Home Depot, which again, thank you to everybody that showed up. Thank you to the Home Depot. You would have been graced with the presence of the one and only Dwight Jarvis, who was walking around and having some fun. And I went, hey, Dwight, come on over here with me for 5 minutes. So me and him sat down on June 16th, 2023, Claremont Motorsports Park, NASCAR Weekly Racing Series, double modified feature event will be Dwight Jarvis Night at Claremont Motorsports Park. Dwight's going to have a whole bunch of hero cards, signing autographs for all the kids and fans from the times that growing up in the 70s. Dwight's raced in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Dwight got in a car last year, I think it was, and finished second, I think it was, against the big dogs in an open mod show. Like, he can still wheel a car.
Oh, yeah.
And he will be wheeling one 616, except it's going to be the Claremont Motorsports Park
Actually,
pace car.
You know who I saw a couple days ago?
Who's that?
Dave Dion.
I just said that.
Just
Yeah.
popping that in my
Yeah,
mind.
he was at the gas station. I'm like, hey, Dave, what's going on? He's, hey, what's going on? You
We're
know?
going to have a Dave Dion night. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
big name over there at the High Banks of Hudson International.
Ma Robinson, it says, as Ben leaves his keys in his Jeep, I'll do hot
Oh, my
laps.
Yeah,
God.
she wanted the
She
keys
wanted
real
to drive that
bad.
thing. Actually,
That Jeep scares me.
Oh, no. I took a ride in another one today.
Oh, boy.
Makes mine look like it's slow.
Really?
It was a Whipple supercharged with a cam in it and everything else. He was pushing 1,000 horsepower out of the ground.
Holy
now, bear in mind, we went on the highway on a straight area. We kind of like an on ramp. Stopped, launched it. It burned rubber. Now, bear in mind, all 4 tires burned rubber in that 3 gears.
Oh, my God.
First, second, third
That
was
is
junk.
insane.
Oh, I'm like,
Hopefully somebody doesn't confuse me and Ben because, we both drive black Jeeps. Except mine's like a black Pepsi can that's a piece of crap, and Ben's is really, really nice. Ben, we pulled into, where was it? Was it Smoky Joe's? Is that place?
Smoky Bones?
Smoky Bones with the Jeep, and we puts it in park, and it's got a lot of motor, and it's like, and the people next to me are looking, and I'm like, yeah. It's pretty cool. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. They were trying to hold a conversation, and it's just like Ben's on his phone now, and I'm like, sorry guys, it's loud. That thing is cool. What makes that special? Because it's a Trackhawk, right?
So it's pretty much it's a Hellcat motor in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And when I can't leave anything alone, I did it's called a Rip-A-Tune pulley kit, injectors, exhaust, cold air intake, and a tune to it. I think it's like pushing 650, 750,
I bet you
700
can find
around.
I bet you could find some more horsepower if you went over to MLM Diagnostics. Take a
Listen,
look at
I've
it.
seen all the cheetah parts on his car.
Yes.
Mike showed me a picture of something on it. Can I mention that? Mike bought a box off of wish.com that says traction control on it, and he wired it tied it to the roll cage on his car, and it was probably the funniest thing that I have seen.
It was spelled wrong.
No, it was confusing because he's ripping around the track. Come in, he pulls out a laptop. I go, what the hell is that? So I walk over, and he's got this little fake box that says traction control all spelled wrong. I'm like, what the hell is this? He goes, I'm like, whatever, I'm out of here. I walked away.
Oh, I love that stuff. And then, so Claremont, you have the test and tune at Claremont, 422. 423 is opening day. Monadnock has a test on 429, and Hudson Cash Day, 4:30, and then guys, we roll right into it. Saturday, 5/6/2023, NASCAR Wheel and Modifieds. They are going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday there that weekend for
You missed
Monadnock.
Hudson.
It's going to be awesome.
Next Sunday, Hudson, we got to practice over there.
Yes, there is. You
didn't
just
say
mentioned it,
know,
so I
just
didn't
wanna
want to
hear
say
it again.
it.
That's all.
I'm looking at my broadcast schedule, so there's a lot of dates that we're covering on Nastrovision. Each one of those is a different track and different everything.
What
so
are you excited for this year, Mark?
I'm excited to see the fans, see the people react to the drivers, to see the drivers. Like, I love all of them. Like,
Yep.
I don't, like, you'll have people say, like, I've had it the other day. Oh, I know I caused trouble, so, you probably don't like me. I like all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it takes every single person on that track to do their place.
There's multiple characters at a racetrack, and you need all of them.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
I felt bad yesterday because Dave Lesgord was trying to talk to me. And that's at the moment when I got the frantic phone call from Hudson that says, the internet's not working and nothing will connect and nothing will allow us to score. So then I just had to spend like 20 minutes on the phone to get that resolved. And I turned around and Dave was gone, and I felt horrible. So Dave, if you're watching, although he did tell me I don't watch your show because you guys talk too much. Yeah. So
He calls it the stupid show.
the stupid show. But if if somebody did tell him, I'm sorry. I was not ignoring him yesterday. I just, unfortunately, sometimes things happen and there's only one of me. So, but I did have fun there yesterday. I'm excited for every bit of it. I'm excited to see what these tracks can do this year. I'm excited to see these cars because there's a bunch of them that still haven't come out. Yep. That you haven't seen yet, and I love seeing
last
them.
minute. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I can't wait to see how many dwarf cars show up because
You guys got a metric S ton of them registered.
Yes, you do.
How many rookies we have? 6, 7 rookies?
7, I think.
Wow.
7 rookies. It's like, oh my god.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Is Caveman considered a rookie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was flying at
Yes,
Hudson.
he was.
Holy
And the only
crap.
reason for people that wonder why he's a rookie is the way that we classify a rookie for a dwarf car, because to drive one of those versus driving something else is completely different.
It's a different world.
It's a completely different world.
It's
So
not an entry-level division.
No.
It really isn't. And if you've never driven open wheel, you're considered a rookie.
yeah, you got to have like NASCAR Division 1 experience.
Yeah, because those
and
things
good
are so
amount of it.
twitchy. And
I'm excited to see him out there this year because Caveman makes things exciting wherever
Well,
he goes.
For those of you that haven't seen his videos on Facebook, he's fallen into it pretty quick. He's fast.
Oh yeah, he was.
He's fast.
But Cody Hodgkins was out at Hudson the first practice, and he was a champion. He was a champion of that. Caveman was keeping up with him. And Caveman has never driven one. He drove those cars once last year, I think. Yeah. And he was keeping right up with them. I'm like, oh boy.
And that was a rental that he raced too. It wasn't something that he was working on. Yeah. So I'm excited. 26 dwarf cars, right?
Awesome.
And they're not all done registering. So we should have upwards of 30.
I think I know of 4 that aren't registered.
Oh
yet.
my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should see Ryan Carmen's car.
Oh,
Did you see what he did?
you can't not see his car.
It's a quad cab.
Yeah.
It's a quad cab pickup now. It's awesome.
I didn't realize the last practice at Hudson, not this one that was, but the one before that, he wasn't driving it. So I'm watching that because we're getting scoring going. And I look over and I say to Gwen, I'm like, that car is flying. And then I see Cole Littlewood sitting in it. Cole was out driving, and I was like, all right, Cole can go fast on anything.
You're talking about Jeremy
Rodman's car. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jeremy got in it last weekend, and he was doing pretty good with it.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Well, they had a bunch of problems with it that they fixed yesterday.
The bars above his was right above his head, so Jeremy was sitting there like this. So we had to cut a couple bars out of it, so his head.
Jeremy's a burly dude to fit in there. But
awesome dude.
The funniest guy to watch climb out of one of those is Cody Hodgson. He's 7'8" and he climbs out of this little tiny dwarf car. Yeah, it's awesome. It's hilarious to watch.
I do want to just kind of ask the audience. This probably won't. It probably won't be taken the best of ways, but let's just remember that Claremont Motorsports Park has a brand new GM. Lee USA Speedway has a brand new GM.
How you doing?
We have a whole new process that's mandated by NASCAR, that stuff that's going to happen at these tracks. So the first race, that we're still learning this stuff too. So we'll try our best to get this process going fast, but it also, there may be some hiccups, and we hope there's not. We've planned for there to not be. We've been practicing. We've been running fake events. Like if you log into Race Monitor, you'll probably see we've run fake stuff that doesn't really exist because we have to test it.
Yep.
Now this is just kind of, it was last minute. Like we're down in Florida and they're like, hey guys, this really cool new system, which thank God we were already looking into and working on.
Thank God, yeah.
It's now mandatory, so you have to use it. So it's like, we were ahead a little bit, but the one good thing about it is, once points are finalized on Monday morning, they're instantly available online. Everything, you get to see who registered each event, who ran what. It's a very good tracking system they have in the back end.
Well, that and the cool fantasy league thing they have too is kind of cool.
We're going to push that this year pretty major. So it's fantasy racing at all 4 of the tracks. There's prizes to be won. There's cool stuff that you can get if you win. It ran kind of behind the scenes a little bit last year, but I would like to start maybe talking about fantasy on here too, because
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do it.
Stats and all that. That'd be cool.
So there's a whole new venture of stuff that we can do this year, and the sky's the limit. We're trying our best to make things more engaging and fun. And I get that some of the stuff doesn't come out exactly when people want it, and some of the stuff isn't exactly what everybody wants to say, but it's all taken in, and they do their best to try to make things right. And I stand by that. I've said that from the get-go. Not everything is perfect, but Steve, what are you looking forward to this year? You're coming into, was this year 3 as GM?
Yeah, year 3. And, as you said, be easy with the new guys that we got going on. And
so that means give Steve a hard time. He's a veteran now.
I'm okay
I
with
give him
that.
a hard time all the time.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But you know what, though? Really, guys, especially if you go to Lee and you go to Claremont, I remember my first day being at the track, and, Ben was awesome to work with. But these guys right here,
the first time you did a schedule and I looked, I go, oh, he overbooked.
Yeah. You let me do it. You let me learn, though. You live and learn.
I'm going to let him learn. And then he's, we got so many cars in the pits. I go, Steve, that's great. But they're out in the parking lot and they're pissed.
Doesn't matter. You're gonna get it in. Guess what?
Ben, I just
beat
had
you twice.
I just had a Legends car park at pump 6 at Circle K.
You know what, though? I learned my lesson
my
with that
God.
to not overbook on that. But you know, I'm one to push the limits and get it, and we got it in.
You definitely pushed the limits. All
Hey,
right.
but
did push
looking
limits, but
back
we got
after
it
it's
in.
all said and done, it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
It was
You know,
cool.
when people said that,
It
they
was
go,
cool.
I can't believe this place got this
Oh,
many
yeah.
cars. Trust me, I was a nervous wreck.
Well, I think because
he was
I
nervous.
think because you had the Legends there, and you had like 4 or 5 other divisions. And
Yeah.
well, we didn't think the Legends were going to bring
That's
that
right.
many. They brought,
36 of them.
30 some odd cars.
36 of them.
And then
thinking 10 and
20 some
10.
odd bandos. I'm like, Steve,
Yeah.
dude, where are we going to put them?
Yeah.
We wanted to put them somewhere in the infield
They
with
had-
no wall. It was
Yes.
like, oh, please.
And let me tell you something. It's the guys with the Legends cars, and not 10 of them, one that have the stacker trailer.
Oh my God! Every one of them have one of those.
Remember that one guy? He showed up from Florida. He
Slept
had
in the parking lot.
Full-size camper. No, there's another guy. Full-size camper, stacker,
Yes.
trailer. I'm thinking this guy's gonna have a dozen of them. One. He had one in his car and his street car in there.
I love it.
I go up
Really?
to. He was parked outside. And he spent the night out there.
Yeah.
And I go, well, I got to tell him it's time to get in here. That thing's big. I go knock on the door. The guy's in his slippers. Hey, what's up? I go, yeah, you better get that in the pits. You don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, God, that was great.
So real quick, transitioning over to Monadnock Speedway. Monadnock Speedway, not Steedway.
Steve.
Monadnock Speedway. Guys, I actually talk for a living. This is, you got to remember this. Sometimes I screw up. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I completely glossed over that one.
Stone dead.
Stone dead.
Monadnock Speedway has a new.
Mike, I don't know how you get these pictures timed so perfectly, but
Oh, he plays around this. So
I think he just keeps snapping.
yeah.
Monadnock Speedway has a new head of tech. His name is Jeff Barrows. If you guys have questions, give him a ring on the old emails. It's techbarrows@racenhstra.com. That's TECHBARROWS at racenhstra.com. Jeff, welcome to the team. You guys have questions for anything to do with Monadnock, reach out to Jeff. He's already said he's very eager to help working with teams and to assist you with anything that you have going on over there. I will make sure that he is listed on the Monadnock page under staff, and his email will be listed there as well. Oh, boy. Let's see what that is. Oh, it's even better. I hope you got the new one.
Oh boy, let's see. Oh boy, here we
Steve's
go.
not going to like it.
Here we go.
No.
Yeah,
let me
that's
see.
great.
He looks like he's in a club.
He's like,
No,
yay!
that's not you. That was me saying the guy was waking up.
You do realize you just set yourself up for a really bad one now, Ben.
I know I did. I can't wait
Get
to see it.
him, not me, no more.
Oh, it's all in good fun.
Absolutely.
While we're on the subject of new team members, I want to send a huge thank you, and while we're here, we can announce it that Brian Callen is coming
I'll take
aboard
those off
Lee
for a minute.
Speedway as the primary race director. He's gonna miss a couple events, but big thanks to Brian Callen. He's a great guy and he's a great asset to short track racing. And I mean, he does Thompson, Stafford, all the JDV stuff, Hudson now, and,
I
and he's
didn't realize how many he did.
he does all that.
excited.
And I walked up and asked him if he could help us out, and he's helping us out as much as he can. So welcome aboard, Brian, and we're glad to have you. That's going to be huge for us.
I'm excited to have him on board. I
Yeah.
think he's going to do a great job, and he's going to be fair and do his
Well, that
thing.
was something that we ran into is
Because
I-
you were originally supposed
yeah,
to be race director,
yeah.
and then I'm like, well, you want to run a place?
I was like, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I can find someone. Yeah, it's not as easy as it looks.
So Steve Bly says, what time does everything start at Claremont on Saturday? Because they have their test and tune day. I will put that online tomorrow. I did completely gloss over the test and tune times, but and I will have a working schedule out with rotations for Sunday. I will probably have that out tomorrow as well. We'll be racing the Ace Tex Tire and Auto Modifieds, the R.E. Hinckley late models, the Brody Ledoux State Farm Outlaws, the Avery Insurance Six Shooters, and the LaValle Building Supply Pure Stocks. I cannot say those sponsor names anymore because, or any less, because you have to keep punching them in because these people step up and then sponsor these divisions. We also have Mike Lawrence Marshall of MLM Diagnostic Services, who sponsors Pure Stocks at pretty much almost every track in the East Coast, right? That's pretty much like you're down at Seekonk now, and like you head down to Daytona. And I think it's pretty nuts. But you can't thank these sponsors enough for coming on. So scoreboard update. So I haven't officially said this online. There is a brand spanking new scoreboard going in at Claremont's Motorsports Park. It will not be in for this Sunday.
No, but it's coming.
Oh,
It's coming. Well, unfortunately, when we ordered it, like, oh, yeah, I'll be there, this and that, and it's fine. But the scoreboard company will be there on Thursday at 9 in the morning, and they're going to be going through the existing scoreboard and at least getting it up and running so we can use it until the new one comes through. So they got a whole bunch
what
of
kind of
parts for
style
it.
is it?
It's the same exact
thing
one
that's there.
that, well,
Okay.
but new. So, way
like
better.
Hudson's is a
Yes,
very
yeah.
one. There's
Oh, no way.
It's the same exact one that's at Monadnock.
Yeah.
It's actually the identical. It's just
Yeah.
a newer. It's the next step up. It's all LED. It's super cool. Message board is fixed and working at Monadnock. Message board is fixed and working at Lee. So we're gonna use all this stuff this year and have some fun.
We're
and-
gonna have internet. Like we're gonna have a metric ton. I trust me. I held back
that was close.
at Lee with all the God, all the stuff I put in that place already. With
Ben
security
could count
cameras.
your eyebrow hairs with the cameras that were installed
yeah.
at Lee.
Oh
It's
my
pretty
God.
nuts.
Oh my God! I didn't know how much underground piping there was there.
I did because I
Underground
started going to
piping, huh?
dig up there.
Oh, so I think when Charlie Elliott redid the place, he counted in for everything. There's conduit buried everywhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's I'm like,
That's what you do.
Charlie
Okay.
Elliott was no joke.
Well, because we're like, okay, we're gonna have to run conduit here, and then Facebook list Jeff goes, oh, what are you talking about? This pipe, and he goes right over to where we're gonna need to go. I'm like, when did you put this in? He goes, oh, that's been here, but way before I've been here. I'm like,
There is no bigger asset to that track
Jeff.
than Facebook list Jeff, who is watching on YouTube because he's Facebook list and that's real. But he did text me earlier and say, I'll be watching on YouTube. That guy's a wealth of
He is
knowledge.
the- yeah, he's the man.
Oh, boy.
I
He's the
call
man.
him with questions and I ask him all the time. He just texted me, I know.
I look like I'm on the toilet.
Whoa. I know. Although Harlow just wrote, the only way to be safe is to do the show in the dark.
Oh my God.
This is why
The face
I
is out and the voice changer. You know.
I
They're trying
did
to
say
hide identity.
I did say a while ago that we were going to be off for 2 weeks because I was traveling, but it's really funny because I didn't get this apparently. Oh no, I got this.
Oh God.
I'm gonna just post all these online
You
at
might
some
as
point.
well, screw
They're
it.
pretty fun. Now you've completely derailed my train of thought. I didn't even know
Sorry,
where I was
blame
going. So,
Mike. He
Harlow, it's all your fault. Veneta says he really appreciates Jeff. He was a great help last year when we ran the Derby. Look forward to working with him again. I'm excited for all the NASCAR events. Maybe that's one of the things I'm super excited. It's cool when you get to see your local short track on TV. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yep.
And knowing how Josh runs events, and I mean they're a well-oiled machine.
Well, it's funny
so
because when some of the dwarf car guys came to practice at Hudson and stuff, I go, look, guys, I'm telling you right now, when we run the JDV events, if you think Oxford 250 was like, you got to be here, it's going to be 10 times worse because Josh is like, you have from here to here. That's it. Tough shit. If not, get off. Get off the track. It's like, okay.
oh, it could have warned me. I gotta find out what button's what. I don't know when where the swear button is on this one.
I didn't. What did I swear?
Yeah, you did.
Whatever.
It's
You know,
all
who
good in the
cares?
hood. 2 spin out rule for dwarf cars. Harris wants to know.
Well, Harris,
Only if you spin twice,
see,
Harris.
Harris, if you spin once, you're out
Yeah.
because you set the bar too high for everybody. So.
Is that a short joke?
Hey, are you gonna come and see? I don't know if Harris came to my shop and was gonna. He's gonna spray foam my shop, and I don't think he showed up today.
Yeah.
There's
Did
something
you?
else that needs to be spray foamed too.
Yeah,
The tower.
The tower of the track. What the
Everything
hell?
at the tower is in the center of the room,
Yeah.
waiting for it to be spray foamed. Harris said tomorrow morning.
You better be.
Tomorrow morning for me is 11:45. Is that what time you're planning too, Harris? That's my morning. But it's going to be a fun season, whether it be the JDV events, the NHSTRA events. Like you can't beat seeing, like I said, your short track on TV. It's super cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like you get to see it from a whole new level.
Especially now with the NHSTRA Vision thing we got going. I mean, that's going to take everything to a whole new level because I don't think, I know a lot of people are like, well, why would I want to, do that if I'm at the track? When we were at New Smyrna, I couldn't believe how many people actually were watching it on the app and at the track.
Oh, I do all the time.
Well, I didn't. I'm like, well, why? They're right here. But it makes sense because it's like a 5 or 6 second delay.
Second delay, everything you get to watch. And they didn't have full replays.
No,
so.
and if something screws up, they just look right at their phone and they could see it going on.
So you gonna have replays and stuff like that?
4-camera replay, yes.
Oh my God!
Wow. I'll show you. It's like the entire broadcast is set up like 14 feet that way. So I'll show you before you go all the stuff that we're working on. So just wanted to touch on pricing of it and stuff like that, just so people are aware of, because a lot of people kind of bagged on me and stuff like that. This is something that we're testing. This is a uncharted territories. No other
short track has done
no
this.
other NASCAR sanctioned track in the country is allowed to do what we're doing. We spent a lot of time talking with the powers that be at NASCAR in February.
You had them renegotiate the lease.
I had the entire lease rewritten, so we're allowed. All 4 tracks are now allowed. It's all legal. Stuff, unfortunately, you don't realize how expensive things are. Like having somebody make an iOS app, like that's a lot of money. And you don't realize those things. But basically, what we're going to do is the pay-per-view. So all I was going to do at first was just a pay-per-view. $15 an event. It's the same price as a ticket. That way, if you can't be there, you can still watch. And then when I did a test market with a couple people, there was like 15 people that I reached out to. I talked and we did some testing and make sure things work. And then one of the people said like, well, I actually don't care about watching live. I want to go back and watch all of my races from all the stuff. I'm racing 2 tracks. I want to go watch all my races after. He goes, and if I pay $15 for each one of those events, I'm paying like $550 at the end of the year.
Right.
So I was like, I did math and I was like, because we get charged $5.50 for every live watch. So anytime someone's watching live, the bandwidth costs us $5.50. $5.50, not $550. So that would be really expensive.
Yeah.
So then I was like, then we made the math work because you still have to be able to make it so it self-sustains. There's no money actually being made. It's self-sustaining itself, hopefully. But the whole reason behind it is because we want for you to be able to watch your races after. We want everyone. So there's a lot of people that moved out of New England who can't come. There's a lot that watch the show that say, I miss watching.
Or even there's people that can't get out of their house, like older people that want to watch their grandson racing.
Yep.
They can literally just hold on, pop right on their phone, and go watch their grandson or whoever race right there, right on their TV.
So we're covering 52 events. It's pretty ambitious. I will be extremely busy this summer.
Until the end of the season.
Yes.
What mine's gonna drop.
All the laughing about the bus and sleeping in it and stuff like that. This is why Ben got the bus, because I will actually be sleeping in the bus. So it is what it is. And I have different crews. It's going to cover different spots. So, but there's me, an assistant, a replay operator, 4 camera operators, and then a victory lane camera person as well. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah. So here's my question, Mark. So if you go to Monadnock on Saturday and then you come to Hudson on Sunday, how long is it going to take you to set all this up?
I have it down where I can get set up and unset in an hour now.
Really?
But you got to remember, I was practicing a bunch.
he's
Remember
been
the first
testing.
time? The first time I did this, it was like 3 hours.
So
But
you've had your test and tune. You're ready for live action now.
a little nervous because there's a lot that could still go wrong. So do we think pay-per-view will reduce the number of people in the stands? Do we think allowing people to bring kids in the pits are going to reduce the people in the stands? Everything has a cause and effect. Like, we get that. The basics of it, though, is we want to have more people watching the product. We want to have your cars out there with your sponsors being seen, and it's all live. Like people, one of the comments that I heard was, "Oh, well, it's NHSTRA Vision, so you only see what they want you to see." It's live. There's no editing it after. It is live
And replays.
with replay. So like nothing. Once it's up, it's up. So one of the things that I a connoisseur of racing, so I love racing and I watch all these broadcasts. I watch Flow, I watch Racing America, I watch anything that I can find. when I was watching Freedom Factory, one of the things that I liked that they did, say for instance, when you had the big wreck with Harmon, a guy rode over there with a car and got a camera right out instantly and was right there. So first thing I said to Ben is, guess what we're doing? We're having a guy on a golf cart that can take off from the infield and go right to the wreck. So there'll be a camera there. There'll be a camera for all of this stuff because we want to see it. Pit reporting. So there's select events. So the problem is some tracks are not conducive to pit reporting. Monadnock, the pits are, the transmitters don't go as far as people think they do. So limited at Monadnock. Lee has 100% capabilities to be able to pit report on the track and out in. I am still testing in-car cameras. That's still not ready yet, but it's getting there. Live during the race, how many cameras will be on the field? 4 cameras, and then 1 that will also do victory lane. So already have the camera locations done. At Lee, there's 1 that is at the start-finish line. There's 1 on the top floor of the VIP tower in turn 1. There's a new tower in turn 3, which another camera will sit on. And then there will be a person behind the wall at Lee on the infield. Claremont has a camera in the beer garden, has a camera in turn 3, and a camera on the start-finish line. Hudson is a track that it's kind of hard to put multiple cameras.
It's a postage stamp.
I could have put 1 in turn 3, but it makes me nervous if somebody gets hit over there.
It's rough terrain back there too.
And it goes right into the pond. So Hudson, I'm going to discuss this with you later. I would like to try to put a camera location in the infield on top of one of those towers. It's a spot that would work. And
on the towers?
On the storage container.
Oh, on the storage container. Yeah, we could probably do something like that.
Yeah, there's not a new tower at Lee. Just for the people that show up.
There's no new tower at Lee.
It's a new platform.
It's a platform. It's a platform. Sorry, no tower.
It's a platform.
But it's pretty cool. It's going to be one of the best shots ever because it's completely lined up directly down the straightaway on the backstretch. So, let's see.
Well, actually, no. What we're going to do, I remember last time we did this, is that we'd ask a few people if they wanted to talk.
Yes,
like we did with Roby at Lee.
Like we did with Roby, and I think Dickie did it once, and I think bringing that back would be cool.
That is something that we're working on. So one of the cool things that we're going to be testing at mostly Lee, because Lee has the setup where it's very easy to do, where we're going to actually be swapping the camera from swapping the microphone from the microphone that keeps, cutting out every time you turn your back to the camera that's on. So basically when we do pit reporting on pit road, the people in the stands will also hear the interview that's happening in the pits. So we're able to backfeed the audio.
That's awesome.
Is something going to go wrong at some point this season, guys? I'm sorry, it's going to. Like, it's technology and things happen. I'm going to do my best to not.
And bear in mind, too, most of these giant reporters you see at the big race and stuff, they have a crew of 100 people. And it's usually one guy, usually it's like 5 or 10 guys in one room with tons of monitors, and they go, all right, switch from camera to this, with cameras. We got what, 6?
Yeah, so
6 guys, and we're trying to put on a production of like what those guys do.
And you're gonna have like walkie-talkies talking to them, right?
Yeah, we're all in contact. So basically, one of the things that drive me nuts when I watch racing is when the announcer is telling us how awesome this action's going on, and then we're watching the leader by himself making laps.
Yeah.
So my camera operators, we all talk, and we're all listening to the race through our headphones as well. So we can hear what the announcers are saying. So camera one's only job is to follow the leader. And that's his job. So we can cut to it if needed. And then there's 3 other cameras that can catch the action from everything else. So we'll be swapping through. We have multiple multi-camera shots. So you'll be able to watch the ticker. You'll have multiple camera angles. And then we can pop a replay camera in there as well if something happens. So if it all works, it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait to get Claremont's event through so we can see how it goes. So,
are you nervous? You got the butterflies for that one?
Well, you did see me almost throw a camera through the window earlier because I was a little aggravated. So, because sometimes things just don't work because they're being dumb. So, and let's be honest, I'm not ESPN. I'm not NBC Sports Network, but we're figuring it out. And that's the best part about it. Harris would love a live camera in car. We're working on that.
It's a lot of money.
It's super expensive, but with some of the updates that Ben just did to the internet at Lee, I think I can make it work at Lee. But I have to test it. So Harris, I'll put one in your car.
Do what my contractor would always say: money's no object when it's Ben's.
Yeah, but
I'd hate it when he'd say that.
I don't do that. I'm very careful on what I spend and what I buy because this stuff gets expensive quick. We started out last year. We started out last year with one professional camera that was mine. Not my photo cameras. These are completely different. These are full shoulder mounted rigs. Yeah, these are like the real deal cameras that we have now. We started with one, and that camera is still used. It's still a professional camera. It's still good. But these are my photo ones, and we're up to, I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 cameras that way in case something happens because I'm going to cry, but stuff happens. People trip, cameras fall. Yep. I've lost numerous photo cameras over the years. And it happens, but you got to have spares. You got to have stuff to swap out. So if something happens, it is what it is. I do want to say, Dennis is asking me to repeat it again, guys, in case you missed it, that you need, for the guys that are coming to race Hudson, you guys need to get these inspections done. Your car will not be allowed on the track without a safety inspection. It's for your safety. It's for the safety of the competitors around you, and having another set of eyes on it.
All tracks,
It's all
really.
tracks, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But no, this is specific to Dennis because they have that show coming up, and we announced their stuff right there. Someone asked, what's up with all the Tonka equipment in the Hudson infield? What's going on there?
I'm pretty much just doing some landscaping in there. There's random mounds of dirt and stuff, so we're just
For the faithful Hudson fans, the jump.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're leveling it off. We're just leveling it off and making so that it just looks better and stuff like that.
That's one of the things that I do like about Ben. He does reinvest in the track. So, Ben, now that you are the proud owner of 3 racetracks, what are you most excited about this year? Like, what and a racing series? The end of the year? Is that what you said?
No, honestly, I'm excited to, me and Norm, we ran Claremont pretty much once when we first bought it, and then Mike rented it and stuff. So I'm interested. It's kind of like learning all over again. So I'm interested. I'm excited about Claremont, and I'm excited about Lee because Lee is like, at the end of the year last year when Norm and Shirley said, "Hey, we're selling the track to Ben," when everyone left, and I'm standing like right where the cars come in, and I'm looking at the track, and I go, "Oh crap! This is a lot bigger than I thought it was."
We talked about it. We went up there a couple weeks ago, and you look around when no one's there, and you go,
huge.
"It's a damn fairground."
There's so many moving parts, and it's like, oh boy, I think I bit a little more than I could chew. But I'll figure it out.
You bit off more than you could chew with Hudson in what you've done to that place.
Yeah, but Hudson's tiny.
Doesn't matter. What you
tiny.
did to that, there was nothing left to it.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear
yourself some credit, my friend.
That, and I honestly, now that me and Norm and I are running Claremont, we're investing some more into it. Other than just the campground. We're doing certain things that I think that I want to tweak a little bit. Like every track I go to, I got to tweak it to the way I.
Ben's gonna have his hands on certain stuff.
Oh yeah, I got to. It's like do
you know what I'm gonna have my hands on? The Big Z grilled cheese sandwich at Claremont Motorsports Park. We'll find it at Lee USA Speedway as well.
So if you haven't gone to Hudson is notorious for our ice cream.
Yes.
Like I don't understand why tracks don't have ice cream. Like,
hey, don't give away all the secrets.
So
wait, Ben, are you saying there's a chance that you could find ice cream at another NHSTRA track this year?
So we are pretty much taking the whole ice cream order we have at Hudson. It's going to Claremont. And then I'm
going to get so fat. I'm so excited.
I'm working on the one for Lee because the ice cream truck that's there is just not big enough. So I have another trailer that I'm working on. So we're going to do the same ice cream thing at Lee. And I've been trying to convince Norm to do it at Monadnock. But they like the Kona ice.
And I haven't told Ben this yet, but I'd like to when we have those ice cream stands. At least one of them at Lee has to be called Walter's Ice Cream Stand.
Yeah, there you go.
It has to be for old Walter the ice cream man.
Well, if I put this stand, the ice cream
Pay
trailer,
attention.
where the ice cream truck is now, I'm going to move the ice cream truck to the back of like where the tower is. So
Yeah.
there's kind of, instead of walking all the way around halfway through the truck to get ice cream, it's there. We could name the truck Walter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
All right, so last year, I'll tell a quick story, then I have a little bit more of information to give out. Then we're going to get out of here because it's after 8. But
Jade, how are the Bruins doing? Someone give me an update.
so last year, this kind of goes back to Daytona-ish. Last year at the last race at Lee, Norm was emptying out the ice cream truck. So he didn't announce it. He just threw a sign that said food on it. And then someone's like, somebody better tell Mark there's free ice cream. And as I come walking back with a handful of all the different ice cream flavors in my hand and then continue to eat the entire order of them. But also at Claremont Motorsports Park and at Lee USA Speedway, Artie and Hope are going to be running the merchandising area as well.
Oh, yeah.
Race teams, if you would like to sell your hats, your stickers, your shirts, your hoodies, get a hold of Artie and Hope, and they will go ahead and put them in there and, sell them for you, get you your money after. Want to get your wares on as many people as we can, because if you remember back in the day, in Claremont, it used to be this Great and Son trailer. There was pictures. There was every single driver's shirts there. And we kind of got away from that a little bit. And so Artie's a cool dude. He's old school. He's like, I want to bring this stuff back. So,
well, like I said, where the popcorn stand is, and where the little merchandise thing, that's pretty much going to be almost like it's a store. It's going to have the merchandise. We're going to have candy there, and we get the ice cream on the other side where the popcorn is too. So I mean that whole little building is going to be totally more utilized than it has been for the past couple of years.
Also, if you own a business and you do trade shows or you do stuff, reach out to John Espinette, because he's kind of working on a little vendor row. And you got to remember, some of these races that happen, there are some pretty massive races going on at Lee. There'll be a whole vendor row where if you can have your business come, you can set up a little stand and get information out, or there's a couple cool ones that are going to come hit this year. So make sure you guys visit these stands, because these people that are doing them are going to do some pretty cool stuff this year.
And I know Monadnock has a bunch of camping spots left.
Yes.
They got a bunch, and then they got the specialty ones like right off of turns 3 and 4. That I think there's like 6 or 7 left.
They're awesome.
I had my camper there, and it was awesome.
It is a nice spot.
I think I was cold or something. I'm watching something on TV, and I look out the window, and the races are going on. I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Bruins right now 1-0.
1-0,
Yes,
yeah.
I see that.
Jeff's camper has a huge window on the back of it, and his TV goes down, and then it goes up, and he's looking right at turn 4. It is probably one of the
I know
coolest
there's a
setups.
bunch of spots left over there, so if you do want a camping spot at Monadnock, I think Michelle's dealing with that. So call Michelle. She'll hook
there.
up with
If
the
you go
spot.
on to MonadnockSpeedway.com, there's actually a little section where you can look at available spots and buy the spots right online as well. Monadnock also has that VIP area that they're going to try to work a little harder and get that thing sold out a couple times. So if you have a business, want to get in that VIP area, there is
I think they have the best VIP out of all 4 tracks.
I have to say this very.
Hudson Speedway does.
Well, Hudson's okay.
Hudson's is cool.
Hey,
but
knock it off.
You go inside of the Monadnock one, there's probably
it's cool.
50
It's cool.
seats, maybe 60 seats inside.
awesome.
And then you have a deck that is bigger than this room.
Yeah.
Like, that's where our camera angle, everyone that loves that camera angle at Monadnock is from the corner of that deck.
Yeah.
So it only gets better as you fill that up. So that whole VIP area can be yours. Just reach out to Michelle Cloutier.
At Lee, too.
Yep, Lee as
VIP.
well.
Yeah.
Hudson too.
Hudson, all the tracks. This is all the stuff that
VIP
we want to
at Lee
get sold.
Isn't ready yet. I'm dealing with some issues there,
Put
but
that on ice.
Yeah, put the Lee on ice. But there's some other stuff that we can do at Lee to make it all special for you guys. But I think that does it for today. You guys have anything in closing you want to announce or tell people? Or
Bumpy's Auto opening day, giving away a couple kids bikes, and thank you Beck and Nick over at Bumpy's
the
Auto.
best.
the best of the best.
Yeah, Bumpy's also is sponsoring a couple of the races this year for the New England Dwarf Car Series.
Yep.
So we'll be able to have
That's awesome.
3 events that we'll be able to give
and,
some payouts.
And they did the Hudson Heroes.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hudson
they sponsored the
Heroes.
Hudson Heroes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick and Beck are some of the best people you ever meet.
Absolutely.
Don't get on Beck's bad side. Though. We've been there before. That's scary.
It is.
It's scary.
So a couple people reached out to me this week about Hudson Heroes. If you go to HudsonSpeedwayNH.com, in the side of it, you have a link that says Hudson Heroes. It goes to their own section of the page. If your child would like to learn in an atmosphere that's conducive to learning proper racing, passing, overtaking, driving of the cars, this isn't just put you out there and go. No. This is a school. Mike Lawrence Marshall of MLM Diagnostic Services.
I never knew his middle name, and now I am so glad I know it.
Oh, I love it. I say this all the time.
How you doing, Lawrence?
Oh, don't say that. He doesn't like that.
Stop.
Do not change the Marshall.
Trust me.
Don't change the Marshall.
Don't change the Marshall.
Don't change the Marshall.
Years of him hitting on my mother. So guess what?
Whoa.
It is now payback.
That's all I got to do. Wait. There we go. Hitting on Ben's mom. Hi, Ben's mom. How are you guys? So, all right, that does it for us today. We'll see you next Monday on the show. We'll be discussing opening day at Claremont Motorsports Park. It's happening this Sunday. Be there, guys.
I'm going to be sunburnt. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
And don't forget to try the fantasy thing, too, that My Race Pass has.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
And watch the Facebookers from all the tracks because there's going to be some pretty cool stuff coming down the line. And we'll see you at the track this Saturday and Sunday for the opening day. So
There you go, Mark. Good job.
well, no, Saturday Claremont has test and tune, so I'll be there all Saturday talking to drivers as well. So get your cars there to Claremont if you're not inspected, guys, because the tech crew is there to get these cars done early at all these tracks. So we'll see you next week. Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
See ya.